Hey guys, Dazzler Magic here, and the quote-unquote ban announcement was actually just WotC unbanning 2 cards. They didn't touch Standard, and the only thing they said about Standard is that they're not going to say anything about Standard. Kind of odd, considering the lack of people playing Standard is what's been killing the company financially for the last 3 years, and the level of complexity, the power creep, and the lack of any kind of bans to do anything about it has made people just completely give up and go play Commander. And now they realize that they're releasing 4 premier products a year to nobody. Oops. That's what you get with Power Ramp. So that's the super high level view of the story. Let's get people's reactions on the internet. All right, we're going to the main Reddit, where when Wizards really screws up, the mods will let you get away with saying just about anything. Number 1 comment. Of all the ban announcement predictions, I absolutely guarantee nobody effing expected Preordain unbanned in Modern and Mind's Desire unbanned in Legacy. Yes, literally nobody saw this coming. People were comparing it to like the fake announcements that people have tried to, quote unquote leak. And like everybody's saying, I wouldn't have believed this if somebody leaked it ahead of time. So they should have, just like as a joke. Speaking of that, somebody says they feel like they're being pranked. Is this an early April Fool's Day joke? Okay guys, so I haven't read much past this because I just knew it would be an absolute goldmine. But leave your guess down below, and I do not know the answer currently. Will somebody come out defending this or in any way say that, like, yes, this was the appropriate thing to do? I am actually guessing that despite there being hundreds of comments and this being the main Magic TCG subreddit, I still think the answer is no. Now, how many people are going to say, well, I wanted this banned from Standard? My guess is pretty close to 0 because nobody plays Standard anymore. So now, WotC has the impression that nobody cares. Boy, this is a road they can't turn around on, okay? They got the trailer attached, and this is a 1-lane road. They're going the way they set themselves going, the end, and there ain't no rest stops. Here we go. So for Legacy, Storm now just already plays the crappy version of Mind's Desire, so now you just don't get a turn if Storm gets to make finish without tendrils. I don't know what that means, but okay. Turn 0 win, I assume, is what they're talking about. Oh, it's a Galvanic Relay, by the way, is like the discount version of Mind's Desire. So they just took that obnoxious turn 0, turn 1 deck or whatever, probably turn 1, I don't know, and made it better. So you don't even get to play the game or your deck. But you're already playing Vintage, so you should already know what that scene's about, you know what I mean? One person's mad that Grief and Fury are not looked at. Everybody's suspecting that, Lord of the Rings was basically Modern Horizons, and they don't want to suppress a card from it because it's still being sold, kind of. And then the second half of the product is being sold later this year. So, like I said in my original ban video, and I'm glad these people are finally catching up with me, the reason they did it is because they still want to sell packs, and the One Ring is very expensive. Not the one ring, the serialized 001, pulled by some Canadian hoser. The other 5 billion copies of this overpowered crap. And then Bowmasters, I think it's kind of funny what it's doing to the formats, but it is very disruptive and probably shouldn't exist. We got an absolute rabbit hole of people saying, yeah, but it dies to removal. It dies to removal. It dies to removal. Yeah, but this dies to removal. Yeah, but this gets stopped by removal. Yeah, and anything gets stopped by a counterspell. It's not the point. Should you have to? Should you have to put that in your deck? Should you have to stop that on turn 1? People are agreeing that Modern Horizons is the new power level. So if anything is higher than that, then that's where they draw the line now, because you can win on turn 3 in Standard, and Modern you're not supposed to win before turn 4. That used to be their benchmark. But power creep, very, very hard street to come back down from. Just saying. Also, what about all the bans that came out of the Modern Horizons 1 and 2? So I guess that isn't the power level, and you're wrong. Other people are poking fun of the fact that they say Modern is more interactive now when they actively have made it less interactive. So there you go. Wow, almost every single comment is just, yeah, I wonder if they didn't ban the One Ring because it's currently in print, and I wonder if they'll ban it next year. Oh, here we go. Hey guys, Wizard of the Coast here. Here's 3 paragraphs about how Bowmasters and the One Ring are warping the format and showing up in almost every deck. Anyway, Preordain is unbanned. I think they just hit their limit on trying to gaslight people and lie directly to their face when you can tell that the person listening knows that you're already lying, but you're already halfway through the sentence. And they thought, there is literally nothing we could say about Standard before people just take this entire article and just get out the pitchforks and the torches. I think that's why they didn't even address Standard. At least they talked about Bowmasters and tried to lie to people and justify it, but they're using, bad comparisons, bad stats, bad logic, different benchmarks and different, goal lines or whatever on every format, whatever suits the most. Like, oh, this is fun play styles. Oh, but this numbers. Oh, but this tournament. Oh, but this, this other factor. Just stick to one thing. So a lot of people were talking about referencing or directly linking the stats, like the current competitive stats from the last tournament or two. Holy crap, I was not aware that it was that bad. Right around 50% of decks are playing 4 copies of the One Ring. Or wait, pardon me, 50% of the top 8 decks. I don't know if they mean decks that went top 8 or top 8 most popular decks. I'm not sure which is worse. Did I mention that the only reason they extended the rotation was so that arena people wouldn't just all quit overnight? The highest active player quit numbers are right after rotation. I have the direct graphs from third-party trackers back in the day that prove that. And everybody is fed up with Standard right now. That's why I said if you're going to extend it a year, you damn well better start banning some annoying cards, because I and everyone are not going to put up with another year of Liliana, Obliterator, and anything that resembles Rush Infect, let alone Hadi Jin. And then after those are banned, we can start to look at Arcane Bombardment and Halana and Elena. And did I say Obliterator already? You know what? White Obliterator. There you go. People are pulling up old bans like, hey, this card was banned for this reason, and this situation is the exact same reason. And just tearing apart their reasoning. Oh man, people are angry. I'm still scrolling and people are just pissed. I started getting into the unbanned Splinter Twin section, but those people can kiss my ass. That will get unbanned never. I am so sick of that stupid deck. So people were actually originally pissed that they couldn't even read the announcement because they got a 502 bad gateway, which strongly implies that so many people linked to it and visited it that it crashed their website, which Hasbro and WotC have enough money to pay for scalable infrastructure. They just didn't. That appears to be what happened. They're up in the clouds up there, but they didn't pay to mark off enough of the clouds apparently, or flex it under times of heavy traffic, so... Oops. So a lot of people are talking about grief, how, I don't know if anybody wants it banned, but people just hate it. It stops degenerate glass cannon combos, but it also shuts down everything else. So I guess they can't really get past that. But if you haven't seen it, it's a 4-cost 3/2 creature elemental incarnation from MH2. Doesn't matter, because what it has is evoke, exile a black card from your hand, which means you get the effect, but you don't get the creature. So a free spell that says target player reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it, that player discards that card. That is literally a free Thoughtseize. Then they gotta have a 1-cost kill spell on top of it, you're done. Your combo's gone, your opening hand's done, you're screwed. I believe they can turn 0 that too, so that'll be fun. So everybody's on the same page as me. It seems that the conspiracy theory is obviously the Lord of the Rings is still in print. They still want money, and Bowmasters and the One Ring are the 2 top cards. And with the stupid lottery card already pulled, the guy not keeping quiet about it long enough, oops, probably just cost WotC $50 million in lost sales. But oh well, that's what he gets for wanting to show off and sell it. Even though it was David Adams who actually initially leaked it, because my theory is they were so butthurt that they weren't able to sell it, that when he was shopping it around or they heard about it getting pulled and they didn't accept their offer, they're like, fine, burn the whole thing down. And they posted the verification link. Wow, what a bunch of angry, petty little trolls until they prove otherwise. What was the reason for sending out that tweet, guys? If you have a different account of what happened, please email me. Otherwise, I'm going to keep stating and assuming that, in my opinion, that's what happened. But anyway, everybody seems to think that they're going to emergency ban the 2 cards, or one of them, or who knows, probably both, right after it stops being printed and sold, so early next year. So they're not even going to wait a year. They're going to, like, oh, there's some card from Ixalan Underground, or whatever the hell it's called. Caverns of Ixalan, and it interacts unfairly with the One Ring. It's going way too hard and modern. We're going to have to ban the One Ring. Oops. And it'll just be BS. They'll be like, no, this is an out-of-cycle emergency ban. You guys don't get it. It has to do with the set that just came out, which is what they said. They said if it has to do with the set that just came out and it drives something completely bonkers, that's when they'll out-of-cycle emergency ban it. Now, what they're actually going to do is, because they've always done this, every ban I've ever seen has been the oldest they can possibly get it. If it's from a new set, they don't care how bad it gets. They will hold on as long as they can. Eldrazi Winter, come on. Emrakul Aetherworks, come on. A lot of people speculating that they're not going to stick to that ban window either. They're just going to ban stuff whenever it's financially viable, or whenever they can lie to us and justify it. The sheer number of Regavan memes are astonishing as well. Okay, people are just repeating the same crap, so I'm just going to start skimming for the word standard. Somebody's comparing Modern to all the worst, the bad parts or worst parts of last 6 years of Standard jammed together in one format. That is literally the definition of it. Like that, yeah. Here we go. Scroll down to the 50 billionth comment, we finally get somebody saying, really odd how Standard wasn't touched at all despite Sheoldred still being everywhere and single-handedly massively increasing the price of entering the Standard format for most. Yeah, you either play Mono Black or you risk getting punched in the face for playing Haughty Djinn. Those are your two hyper-controlled, don't even let you play your deck options. Mono Black, discard Attrition, Liliana, Phyrexian Obliterator, and Sheoldred. Like and then just add whatever you want. More kill spells, sure, whatever. And then the sideboard, forget it, you've already won. Standard doesn't even exist anymore, it's not a format. It's, oh, are you playing black or something that can maybe stop black? And then there's still one jackass out there with a double strike deck and a boost. Or nothing but boost, it's vaguely a 20-20-20 deck. And he just keeps winning with it, he keeps getting the mythic with it, over and over and over, for like the last 2 years. Jeez. It's like some kind of Candy Cane 3.0 deck. Who would come up with something like that? And then play it on live stream. And then laugh as they just crush the dreams of everybody in the competitive leagues. Somebody reposted the entire ban article for Skull Clamp. And the TLDR is, in 2004, we banned Skull Clamp because it's everywhere. 2023, the One Ring is fine because it fits everywhere. Like, their argument was actually, like, well, every deck has access to it, so play it, buy it. Oh, by the way, we're selling it. We're still selling this card. But guys, like, don't get the wrong idea. They're not related. Those two things are not related in any way. Now, need I remind you, Shadow Spear is still like $16. I just checked. It's out of stock everywhere pretty much, but it's $21. Wow, that is actually it for people mentioning Standard. Oh, wait, I have to load more replies. This might freeze my browser. Yeah, another person just pointing out Sheoldred completely ruining Standard. Yeah. Every one of my decks beat her, so that was kind of news to me. Like, I see her getting played. But Liliana is a far worse card. Like, infinitely worse. People are like, yeah, I'm at 60% of decks in this number and that. Who cares? Liliana's the more unbalanced card. Take her away. I mean, ban Shelly too, but I guess they didn't want to be like, well, let's ban Invoke and then Sheoldred and then also half of the other Mono Black deck. I was going to say one more, but then I'm like, well, what about? Okay, no, like 6 more cards from just black. And then what would we have? Arcane Bombardment, Spell Spam Control. We would have 3-color control everything. We would still have Super Friends, and we'd still have Infect Blitz. And Unstoppable, Unblockable, Infect Blue-Black. Wouldn't that be fun for everyone? You can't just say, I don't like this, ban it. You gotta say, what would happen if we ban this? They would have to ban 30 to 40 cards to get Standard back down to a comfortable power level that would actually get people back into the game. There we go. I had to scroll down about 400 to 500 comments, but finally somebody just straight up saying, are we gonna talk about how, and then in all caps, nothing was banned in Standard? 1 upvote, no replies. That is the number of people who play Standard anymore. This person is the first legitimate person that I saw was like, actually mad about the state of Standard. Nobody else plays it. And I mean, the main Magic TCG subreddit was always like alternate format, you know, try hard, oh, I'm better than Standard, Modern, and Commander players anyway. But now it's gone. Nobody there still plays Standard. Nobody plays it means nobody buys it. Nobody plays it means nobody teaches other people how to play it. And then with people leaving, for every 8 people that leave, maybe 1 person rejoins the game. I say rejoin because nobody's learning it from scratch now. It's too damn complex and expensive. They would stay a mile away. Then all the stores are going out of business because they short-term gained them into oblivion on Amazon by selling, I'm hearing, 78 to 80% of all product on Amazon themselves. cutting out the middleman and screwing over the stores. And then you got a format nobody wants to play. So people are just dropping out of the F&M, what do you call it? The Wizard Structured Play Network, whatever the hell it's called, WPN. They're just dropping out completely because they're not qualifying with the new system anyway. They're just like, fine, screw you. We'll just sell stuff that actually sells, like other TCGs. Now remember, you can shift around in all the different formats you want in Magic. And remember, Commander players don't really spend that much money. You can go a whole year, ignore every single product, not pick up anything if it doesn't suit one of your decks. Or if you don't want to give lots of your money, or if you don't feel the need to upgrade the power level of your deck, or don't see any fun, neat cards. Like, all of this spells the absolute end of the game. Because what are they going to do right now? Try to power ramp Commander even higher? What if people aren't interested in more powerful cards for Commander? And remember, the last unset is still legal in Commander. For some reason. That's right, stickers are eternal legal. WotC did this to themselves. I'm just disgusted. So it is what it is. I'm on like day 3 of completely boycotting Arena, not even touching it except for limited. I'm not going to play standard constructed, and they are not getting my fake pile of money I earned by killing people in drafts for the next Mastery Pass. That's right. I'm not even willing to give them 1/3 of my giant horde of not real money representations. I'm not even willing to spend fake $0 money on their fake product anymore. That's wow. I don't even want to play the Premier format. And I don't know if you noticed, but I run a giant Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. If they can't get me to play it after this many years, they are screwed. This is not doom and gloom. This is not an opinion. They are going to be so hard up for money if they don't change course. And this was their last time to change course. So who's going to respect them if they say, you know what? After Eldraine and nobody plays it, after Ixalan and nobody plays it, we're going to go a different direction. We're going to do this. They'll have to get rid of Standard and restructure it and say, oh, no, we actually, it's a new thing. We aren't just like banning 1,000 cards. We're not rotating early. It's a new format. What they're actually working on is multiplayer formats on Arena. And they said it won't be done for about 2 years. As far as format shifts in major projects, that's what they're actually factually working on right now, according to them. So, nope, they're just going to drive themselves off a cliff, go bankrupt. So it is what it is. So go sub to my other channels. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.